All right, after reviewing state's exhibits one and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding you guilty as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Just as the court probably has gleaned from the report, it was a very poor decision-making on his part, Your Honor. I mean, he's a young person. He recognizes that he made a very bad choice, and we're hoping the court will follow the terms and conditions of the plea agreement. I do believe he'll be successful if the court gives him the opportunity to work with the court in terms of the specifics that the court may impose on him. But in my interactions, I mean, he's very remorseful, and he definitely understands that he made a very bad mistake. And so he's a young person. He has a lot of opportunities ahead of him. And I'd like to, hopefully with the probation, the deferred, give him a chance of being able to reach those goals.
How old are you?
19.
Why are you stealing cars?
I just made a bad decision. I was tired. I wasn't thinking straight. Everybody's phones were dead and they were stuck in a car. We were riding around at night, hanging out, and then the car broke down. I tried changing the tire of the car, the ABS locked up or something. It wouldn't start up and their phones were dead. And it was a whole bunch of females. It was my girlfriend's friends. So I took a car to take them home and get us home. And
No, you're skipping over a whole lot of things. You're just acting as so, oh, so I took a car to take them home and this is what happened. That's a bunch of nonsense. According to this, you broke into a car. So where did you find a screwdriver to break in the car?
it was in the car.
All right, so the car that you broke into had a screwdriver in it?
No, it was in the car that we were already in.
So you're in a car, you say that car stalls. So your bright idea and the people with you are to break into another car.
It wasn't a bright idea, but that was the idea.
No, I'm being sarcastic. So you, out of all the cars you see in the parking lot, why did you choose the Dodge? Because I'm sure there was more than a Dodge there.
I didn't take a dog.
It was a Kia Soul.
All right, so the Kia Soul. Why did you take the Kia Soul of all of the cars that I'm sure there was more than just the Kia Soul there? So how did you choose the Kia Soul as the one to break into?
I don't know. I just heard of all the videos and stuff of people doing that Kia stuff, and I just knew that it was a
Ah, so there we go. So
I
he's looking at
understand.
videos and he's determined that the Kia is the easiest one to break into. I'm asking.
just one.
So why are you viewing videos on how to break into vehicles?
I didn't view it on how to break into. I just saw it.
Okay. So how does the conversation go? And you say you're with your girlfriend and these other people. How many people were with you?
It's four of us.
All right. So what's your girlfriend's name?
So
So Chloe, what's Chloe's last name? Olive. All right. Who else?
I don't know. Well, Gabby, I don't know the rest of her name, and then Alicia, but I don't know her last name.
All right. So y'all sit around, the car stalls. Do you have a conversation with them? Does somebody say, hey, our car stall and our cell phones died. Bright move. Let's go break into a vehicle. How did the conversation go?
I don't really remember how the conversation went, but we didn't really talk about it like that. We were just like, we're gonna go get a car because we were sitting there for a while and we didn't know what to do. It was late at night and we didn't really have anybody we could call because our phones were dead. So
Mhm.
we just, or I just went.
So there was no convenience store in the area.
Not that I knew, it wasn't my area, so I didn't know.
Oh, so there's no convenience store in all of the area where you were.
Not that I could see.
Mhm. How far did you go in school?
How did I go?
Yeah, how far did you go in school?
I graduated
Where did you graduate from?
from Roosevelt High School.
And what have you been doing with the rest of your life other than breaking into this vehicle?
I was a boxer and I was working with my cousin in restoration for a little while.
A boxer?
Yes.
Where?
At Scribner Boxing Gym.
And what's your weight class?
I was fighting at like 140, 147.
And how many fights you have?
I only had one fight until I stopped fighting for school. because I had to pick up more hours at work.
All right, and did you win your one fight?
No, ma'am, I didn't. I did way too hard of conditioning. My legs gave out on me in the second round.
So you only went to the second round?
No, I went all the way through, but I lost it to decision because I wasn't throwing enough punches. I was too tired.
Who do you live with?
My mom,
Do you have any children?
no,
His mom's here, Judge.
All right, where's his mom? He's making silly decisions. I mean, people get killed for that.
I know.
This is Texas. Nobody wants you breaking into their vehicles. That person, that Kia, guess what? That person worked hard for that vehicle. And for them, guess what that was? That was probably their transportation to work, their transportation to the grocery store. And how would this society be if that person who now doesn't have a vehicle say, I came out, I had to go to work, my cell phone's not working, and my vehicle's gone, so let me break into another vehicle. That sounds so silly. I don't know what they're teaching in school or what's wrong with people.
I understand, Judge.
They stopped teaching civics.
I know. And we've had a long discussion before we appeared before, along with his mom. I mean, we've had some long discussions with him about his decision making. So
And if you're drug tested, what are the results going to be? Tell the truth, shame the devil. What are your results going to be?
maybe a little bit of marijuana. That's it.
All right, mom, he's doing marijuana. So here's the thing. Why are you coming to court asking me to place you on probation and you're still using marijuana?
I'm not still using marijuana.
You want to go? I can send you to the state jail facility.
Around it. So I'm kind of around it, so it's not really out of my system.
Around who?
Me. It's
Now,
just
who are the people you around?
Well, my girlfriend's family.
All right, well, that's going to end. He's not going to be with her while he's on this probation. I'm no longer approving of their relationship. That relationship is over. He's angry and upset, but you can't be around people that are encouraging, and not a single one of them said to you, let's not break into this vehicle. Did she say, hey, don't break into this vehicle, we'll figure it out?
It wasn't a good idea, but I was set on getting home.
Well, then you know what? Maybe her mom would appreciate the fact that you're not around her, because you put her life in danger. And I'm assuming you're supposed to love her. You put her life in danger by breaking into somebody's car. And if she was telling you this is not a good idea, obviously you blew her off. So that's strike number one against that relationship. Strike number two against that relationship is the fact that you're telling me you may be positive for marijuana because you're around it. And then I'm like, around who? And you're like Chloe and her family. That relationship is over while you're on probation. Now, if you still want that relationship, what I can do is you all can rework out your plea bargain agreement, and I can send you to the state jail facility. You can do your time, maybe box at the state jail facility because you need to survive, or at the Bexar County Jail because you need to survive. But then guess what? You'll be off it and you can do whatever you want to do. So which would you prefer? Your relationship, or making a different agreement with your attorney where you go to trial or you go to the state jail facility?
To be fair, Judge, I've been really focused on building a good life for me, my family, my girlfriend. We've been really focused on just doing
Here's
the
the
right
thing.
thing.
I appreciate what you're telling me, but that while you're on probation, that relationship is not happening on this probation.
I know, but no marijuana or anything is gonna be around me. I'm gonna be at home. I'm gonna be around my family. Nothing's gonna be. My mom's gonna be around 24/7.
Your mom's not
I'm
on
gonna be
probation.
at work. I'm gonna
Let
be.
me just tell you, in this court, when I have co-defendants and they're involved in certain things, illegal activities, I don't allow them to have contact.
She's
Doesn't
not
matter.
involved
No.
in illegal activity.
It doesn't matter if it's the girlfriend, the wife, whoever it is, and you need to concentrate on other things. And you all get together with this group think, and your group think resulted in you remembering some videos on how to break into a Kia. You could have been killed. She could have been killed. People in Texas and other places don't like people stealing things that they've worked hard for. And you know what? If you would have been shot or she would have been shot for breaking in that vehicle, you know what everybody would have done? They would have been watching it on the news and they would have been like, oh, that's a shame. Your mom would have been crying, my baby. They didn't have to kill my baby. And you know what other people would have been saying? Oh, well, he shouldn't have been breaking into a vehicle.
I understand, man.
So that's the Chloe thing is a non-starter at this point in time. You do well, then maybe I'll reconsider the Chloe thing. But for now, that relationship is over. So it's going to be 3 years deferred adjudication. There's to be no contact with Chloe Olive. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you end up having contact with her at some point in time, probation is going to find out about it. If they do, a motion to revoke is going to be filed.
What type of contact? Can I still
No,
virtually contact?
no,
I can't text her?
no. Tell you this. If if somebody were Chloe's parents, they probably don't want you around Chloe either. How dare you take my daughter out where she could have been killed because you're still in a vehicle? And if those parents still want you around their daughter after this criminal activity,
I've showed.
I don't know what's up with those parents.
Judge, the only thing I would ask is, he does have a grandmother who resides in Oklahoma. She's treating for cancer. I'm not sure what her prognosis is. The family typically goes up once a month to try to,
Oh,
check
just
on her.
like probation. I'm sure that'll be fine.
Hopefully.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. You're young. Guess what? If she's in love with you and you're in love with her at some point in time after your probation is over, maybe she'll wait for you. Maybe she won't. If she doesn't wait for you, wasn't meant to be, and you shouldn't have put her life in danger. If you loved her, like you say you love her and claim you love her, you would not have put her life and your life in danger by doing that. And so there you go. And her parents probably don't want you around her either. And if they do, I don't understand that. You're taking their daughter into a position where she could potentially be killed because you don't want to take the VIA bus and you say you don't have a ride. But I'm serious. If you end up contacting her, probation is going to find out about it. A motion to revoke will be filed. You will be taken into custody. Your mom will either make bond for you or not. If your mom makes bond for you, then we'll hear that motion to revoke. And you're looking at potentially 2 years in the state jail facility, and that's day for day's time. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
Mom, is there anything else he needs? Excuse me, Mr. Otistor. All right, if there's an issue, you can always call this probation officer, let us know. Once I place somebody on probation, I'm hoping that they'll be successful. All right, you're welcome.
Thanks, Judge.
All right, so where we are now, I'm sorry, before I say where we are, is there anything probation wishes to say?
No, Judge.
All right, let me just tell you where we are now. Where we are now is, do you want to be done with this probation? Are you ready to just move on with your life?
Definitely.
I'm sorry?
Definitely.
All right, so there's one or two ways you can move on with your life. The easy way for the court, and the easy way for probation would be for me to send you to prison for 3 years because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. So, I mean, we can help you move on with your life that way.
No.
So why are you not doing your drug test?
A drug test?
Yes.
I don't get UAs.
No, you have not submitted to drug testing. You're gonna submit to drug testing today. Do you
Okay.
understand?
My PO hasn't,
Well, I'm telling you, you're gonna submit to drug testing today. If you do not, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. Do you understand?
yes, ma'am.
You're gonna restart the BIPP course.
Yes, ma'am.
If you do not complete that, a warrant's gonna be issued for your arrest. Do you understand?
Understood.
Is there anything you do not understand of what's being asked for you?
No.
Probation. Is there anything else she needs?
Judge, once the BIPP, her officer is asking that once her BIPP is finished, that she continue with the TAP recommendation. The TAP recommended, dual diagnosis outpatient treatment monthly drug testing and AA meetings when necessary.
All right, this is what you're gonna do. There's gonna be a UA today. Just one moment. And what's gonna be the results of that UA?
It will be negative. Or positive, I'm sorry.
And what are you gonna be positive for?
Marijuana.
And what else?
Yeah.
All right. So this is why you've been falling off
You said marijuana and what?
and meth.
Yes, that's not my head.
All right, how often are you using?
Not often at all.
What does that mean?
I have really bad anxiety, so I will smoke maybe once in the blue
Okay,
moon.
meth doesn't help with anxiety.
I know it doesn't.
So
To stay awake, be able to function, but
No, no, no,
it's
no.
not.
my question is, everyone, please whisper. So here's the thing.
Mm.
We are past the point of excuses, right? I am trying to figure out what's going on in your life
Yes, ma'am.
so I can potentially get the help you need
Yes,
so you won't be going to prison.
Yes, ma'am.
So there's no excuse for using meth.
No,
You understand? So my question to you is, how often are you using?
not really. I just did it maybe 2 or 3 days ago, and marijuana, I do use it frequently.
All right, so your meth, that hasn't been 2 or 3 days ago, because if it was 2, 3 days ago, you wouldn't end up being positive for it.
I'm not too sure if it comes out of your system or not. That's why I would be honest.
And what are the ages of your children?
17 and 7.
And where are they right now?
They're at home with my brother. He's watching them.
Is Child Protective Services in your life? Have they ever been in your life?
I've never had an issue.
And who else is available to watch your children other than your brother?
I know.
All right, is your mom in the home?
Yes, ma'am.
So why didn't you lead with that?
My mom works with CPS Energy, so sometimes she works from home and sometimes she has to go to the office. So today she had to go to the office.
All right, there's going to be a UA today, and you're going to do that UA by what time, probation?
3 o'clock, Judge.
All right, by 3 p.m. I'm going to want her tested for levels. And what else are you doing or not doing with your life?
No,
How do you spend your day?
I'm currently working.
All right.
And when I'm off, I'm with my son right now. It's summer. My daughter has a job, so my daughter works. So it's just me and my 7-year-old.
Oh, and is your daughter the 17-year-old?
Yes.
And who all lives in the house?
My mom, my dad, myself, my children, and my brother.
All right. So probation, I'm going to want a field visit 1 time per month for 3 months. She is going to do intensive outpatient treatment with probation, and that'll be the dual diagnosis. And probation, do you think a referral to felony drug court would help her or no? Or is that too quick?
It wouldn't hurt, Judge.
All right, so we're going to do a referral to felony drug court. And let me just tell you, felony drug court is a difficult program, but they'll be able to help you with all the issues that you have. You have a mental health issue, they'll be able to help you with that. The BIPP course that you're supposed to be doing and the parenting classes that I'm going to order for you, they're going to help you with that. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So you need to go over there and be 100% honest with them.
Yes.
And if you miss your appointment with them, a warrant could be issued for your arrest. Do you understand?
I understand.
So we're going to do a referral to felony drug court. We're going to do 120 sober meetings in 120 days. And she's going to restart BIPP. And I'm going to order parenting classes. And once you complete those parenting classes, her community service hours will be deemed satisfied. How far did you go in school?
12th grade. I wasn't able to graduate because I wasn't able to pass my tax test at the time.
Okay,
Science and math.
all right. So what do you want to do with the rest of your life as far as employment wise? What's your dream job?
To supervise where I used to,
I'm sorry, what?
to supervise where I used to,
Okay, supervise where?
loan companies. Broadway Finance, Midwest Finance, and loan. I used to work in field collections.
All right, so what are you doing to make yourself indispensable to somebody who needs you in finance?
Unfortunately, I can't get a job anymore.
Okay, what did she say?
Unfortunately, she can't get a job anymore because of her felony
With that field,
with that field.
All right, so then what's plan B? You got to have a plan A, a plan B, a C, and sometimes a D and an E. So what's your second plan?
oh, it's customer service. That's what I know. Right now, I manage a laundromat.
Okay. All right, so are you taking any classes? They sometimes at the college they give free classes or they give classes with minimum fees to help people who are trying to improve themselves in their business. Because at some point, there are some occupations that I think are going to be done away with because of computers.
Mm.
For example, when I was growing up, they used to have full service at the gas station. Somebody would come out, pump your gas, and you didn't even have to pay extra. They would clean your windows, they would check your oil, tap it off if it needed to be tapped off. Then they stopped doing that. And now at the grocery stores, they're doing all that self-checkout to eliminate cashiers.
Mm.
So you need to figure out if where you work, if for some point in time they were to say, you know what, we don't need anybody working here. All we need is somebody to get the money from the machines. You need to figure out how can you make yourself indispensable. In the words of Briscoe County Jr., you need to figure out what the coming thing is and be prepared for the coming thing. Okay. So probation, anything else you need?
No, Judge.
All right. So here's the thing. You're on probation. You're on probation and you're looking at 3 years in prison if you don't successfully complete it. And if you end up going to prison for 3 years, guess what? Your 7-year-old is either going to be either going to be 10 or either going to be 11, and your 17-year-old will be 20. Those are formative years that you will have missed. You're going to need to be clean and sober. If you have mental health issues, we're here to help you with that. Do you understand? And don't come to court positive. But I appreciate your honesty. But don't walk into a court positive when you're here for a compliance hearing. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So they're going to do a referral for you for felony drug court. You let felony drug court know that you want to be in the program. It's hard, but if you successfully complete it and you really work that program, you're going to see great benefits and you're going to see great improvements in your life. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. If you need anything else, you can always come back to the court if you feel as though probation is not addressing it. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. So just have a seat. Probation is going to go over those conditions with you. And if you ever feel like using, pick up the phone. This is the court where I encourage people. If you feel like you're going to use, pick up the phone, call your probation officer and say, I think I'm going to use. And you know what they're going to tell you? All right, we're going to get you into a sober support meeting, or we're going to do this. The number one thing is not going to be, we're going to file a motion to revoke, because I want you to be clean and sober and healthy. And I want you to successfully complete this. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.